soon enough it's going to be at the top of the Billboard charts. No matter if we want to accept the message of this song or not, it's going to be at the top at the Billboard charts, and it's probably going to stay there for up to 7 to 8 weeks before it's bumped out of the top position. I mean, that's really the only way of looking at all the success that she's had. Now, I'm going to go back to the MTV European Music Awards when she was on an award show accepting the award, and she lit up a joint after carrying a purse out on stage. We knew something was in that purse, but, that was something that you kind of had to expect from Miley Cyrus, because she has been doing a lot of stuff to get attention as of late. She realizes that she needs the attention because nobody really talks about her as much anymore, and she's kind of gotten old with all these new breakout stars in the entertainment industry. So you kind of knew that something was in that purse, because who carries a purse with them on stage to accept an award? You could have seen this coming, so why do we immediately criticize it? Because we're doing what she wants us to do. We're criticizing everything that she does, and she's getting what she wants to get, and that's attention. If we didn't reference her as much with everything that she does, from performances with Robin Thicke, which was a big story this past summer, that received more attention than anything in the entertainment industry, we weren't giving her the attention that she wants us to give her, then she probably wouldn't continue doing the things that she's doing. So really, when it comes back around, it is our fault as fans giving her this attention, because if we weren't giving her this attention, she wouldn't be doing things like lighting up joints on stage, she wouldn't be doing these provocative performances, and she wouldn't be having as much success as what she's had throughout 2013. To give you an idea of how much success she's had in 2013, she shares the Artist of the Year award with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift winning it at this year's AMA Awards, and Miley winning it at the MTV Music Video Awards. And she had the hottest selling Halloween costume, along with the costume of Robin Thicke from the performance earlier this past summer. I remember the day I saw that video on YouTube and all over Facebook and Twitter, and I said to myself, when are we going to get away from this? When are we going to continually stop referencing Miley Cyrus? When are we going to give her the break that she wants? And she's very outspoken about all the criticism that she receives on Facebook and Twitter, and I said to myself, when are we going to get away from this kind of thing? Fans were kind of in the same corner that I was, saying, when were we going to get away from this? I remember reading one anonymous Facebook post from a fan on our Facebook page where she went into detail about how tired she was of reading the same thing about Miley all the time on Facebook and Twitter, and I said to myself the same thing without commenting on it. This kind of thing is never going to go away, no matter how irritable it is, because of the name this all surrounds around, and because of the name that Miley has established. We are never going to get away from this, especially with this new image that she's trying to convey. She receives that much criticism that she can't even go anywhere. She can't even change her style of her hairdo without receiving criticism. I remember when she first debuted this new hairdo, everybody immediately jumped on her, especially on Twitter, and she released a statement on her Twitter page where she said it's her life, she'll do what she wants, and nobody can influence or change that. She almost immediately returned on every one of her fans because her fans were turning on her because of this new image that she was trying to convey. And I have this to say about her new image. Everybody else changes their image. Demi Lovato has done it. We've seen Justin Bieber trying to change his image up. Selena Gomez is one of the more recent ones to trying to do these scandalous photos that were released by a publication a few weeks ago. If it's somebody else, we don't immediately criticize them. We immediately go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. So why don't we do the same thing for her? The answer to that question bedazzles my mind, because I really don't have an answer for it. But I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt sometimes instead of immediately criticizing her, because that would dent in how many times that she's always finding herself caught up in this provocative decision. I really think these positions that she's finding herself caught up within goes back to all the criticism that we are giving her and the attention that she's trying to get from every one of her fans who have kind of lost interest in her ever since at least 2010. Dropping the Hannah Montana character, that is when we started to lose interest in Miley Cyrus, because of all the promotion that Disney was giving her. And then when she gets away from Disney, she kind of goes away, comes back with 2 album releases, and because she comes back with an album release in 2011, 2012, and this latest album dropping in 2013, we're immediately talking about her again. And she knew she was going to get that attention when she released the album Banger. She was going to get more attention than she ever had gotten throughout her entire career. She's one of those artists who can kind of disappear for a number of months, really years, and come come back and release an album, that puts her in the same category of a Lady Gaga or a Beyonce, who can go away for a number of years and come out of nowhere with an album release and sell millions of copies, more albums being sold by them than they had ever sold throughout their entire career. So she has established a name in this industry, so it's beyond me why she has to go above and beyond the requirements of a celebrity to get attention when she really doesn't need to do it. I mean, you look at the successful year that she's had, and it can be credited to some of the criticism that critics and journalists and columnists have given to her. But one thing that she has had is a very successful year, and that makes me look forward to 2014 with this new image she has going for herself, with all the albums that she sold in 2013, selling more albums than really anyone in the music industry, and that's why she was given the Artist of the Year award by MTV. You know, you really can't help but look forward to 2014, so I think we shouldn't immediately criticize her. I know we're hearing immediate criticism for her in 2014, but we really have to give it a rest. Now, I do welcome criticism on this YouTube channel at youtube.com/JonathanClarke22. If you have to give the criticism out of you, I do welcome it, so you can throw it up on our YouTube channel, but I'd rather read more positive things about her career in the way of comments, Twitter tweets on Twitter at Jonathan Clarke 1 and Facebook wall posts, because really she's one of the stars of tomorrow. If you were to compile a top 5 list of stars of tomorrow who have their futures guaranteed because of the names they have established, she would certainly find herself within the top 3 of your top 5 list, because her future has certainly been guaranteed. You may look at Miley Cyrus as someone who will go from stardom to singing in rundown bars maybe 15 years from now, but one thing about her is she's multiply talented. If she doesn't have success in future years of singing, she'll have success acting. She will find some way to have success 15 or 20 years from now, and that's one name that's consistently going to be popping up. Now, one thing about consistency is it can be looked at in one of more ways. One way it can be looked at is consistency can be a good thing because you're always popping up and you're always being talked about, but consistency can also turn around and bite you in the ass, because consistency can be looked at as a very negative thing, because always popping up can result in criticism. But one thing that is a contributing factor to why Miley has had all this success throughout 2013 and even in the earlier years of her career is because of all the criticism that she's received from radio show hosts like myself, like from columnists and journalists who are always talking about her in a negative way. If she wasn't popping up on websites like TMZ.com all the time, you're never hearing enough about Miley Cyrus on our TMZ.com newsfeed, on our Facebook, which you can subscribe to at facebook.com/HW Entertainment. You're never hearing enough about her in the way of tweets on our Twitter. What it all goes back to is all this consistency that we're seeing, no matter if it's positive consistency or negative consistency, that's really been going on for years. This is not something of a novelty feeling when it comes to Miley, because we're always seeing provocative photos of her released on YouTube. We're always hearing about these provocative videos that have been uploaded on pornographic websites like RedTube. I mean, enough is enough. Yes, the negativity is out there, but why does negativity always overshadow positivity? Because fans and critics love negativity more than positivity, and they love the juicy stuff and gossip to talk about celebrities, when we should be giving these celebrities more than enough the benefit of the doubt. Why aren't we giving the benefit of the doubt to people like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, who had a bit of an album-selling war earlier this year when it came to singles like Roar and Applause? Why aren't we giving the benefit of the doubt and saying more that they had a lot of success from the release of Roar and Applause? Why don't we do that? Why are we always jumping to negativity? Why are we always describing these people as overrated? I mean, we don't ever look at the work ethic, the way that they are distributed. We don't look at that enough. All we look at is the negativity. If we were to look at the distribution of Roar and Applause and just how much work ethic went into these singles more, as an example, for argument's sake, I think more positivity will be derived from it. If we were to look at the music videos of Miley Cyrus in a more positive way, at least the last 3 music videos, going all the way back to We Can't Stop, which was the initial single release off the album Bangers, which was released for download on iTunes a few days after the release of the single We Can't Stop. There was a huge amount of controversy because of the reference of the drug Molly in that song. We immediately looked at the referencing of the drug Molly more so than the work ethic or the detail of the music video. If we looked at the detail of these 3 music videos more than the referencing of some drug or just how the music video was perceived, like Wrecking Ball, and how much criticism that received in the entertainment industry, I think we would hear more positive things in Miley Cyrus reviews than we do negative things, but because of the way that Wrecking Ball was choreographed, because of the referencing of the drug Molly, that is what we immediately jump to when we started reviewing things like this, and we really have to give it a rest. And I know we're a long way away from seeing the day and getting to a point where we will see a point of resolvement for all this negativity, but really, at the end of the day, this negativity has resulted in a lot of success for Miley Cyrus. So really, as a celebrity who's been victimized by this kind of thing, you would be saying on your Facebook and Twitter at an open forum, you would be saying, bring on all this negativity, and really that's what she should be saying. She should be welcoming this criticism. She shouldn't revolt in the way that she does on Facebook and Twitter, at Miley Cyrus on Facebook and at Miley Cyrus on Twitter. Both social media accounts are the same, and I believe she also has a YouTube with a lot of exclusive footage, and there are those provocative videos out there which I will not be referencing as much as I will her success that she's had throughout the year. I think what she should be doing on social media on this open forum, which has really been abused from time to time by celebrities and just everyday people, like recently with a school that actually suspended some students because of their tweets on Twitter here in Canada. I think we choose not to abuse these social media sites and started, welcoming criticism. I think that's really what would bring her even more success in 2014. So really, rather than, revolting against all this negativity, she should probably just be welcoming it more, because it would even guarantee her probably even 5 times more success than she had throughout 2013, because I predict, no matter if you agree with me or not, as a radio host and columnist who's been doing this for over 14 or 15 years in August, from 1999 to 2014, I predict in 2014 we're going to see a year that's going to bring her even more success, and it's going to be even a bigger year than the year she had in 2013. A bigger year for her in 2014 is what I foresee for Miley than what we saw in 2013. And if you magnify that success, the predictions that can be made and what can be expected from Miley in 2014 is literally frightening, because if she sells more albums in 2014, if she gets to a point where she'll release an upcoming album